My friend, I had a student ask about Little Martha Allman Brothers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break this down step by step, show you where to put the fingies on the acoustic, and then it can translate over to anything. Two core issues, not issues, but just things you gotta bear in mind. This is not in a standard E. So we don't have E, A, D, G, B, E. We have E, B, E, G sharp, B, and then E, thusly giving us an E major tuning. Woo! So what we're going to be doing is playing through the concept of phrasings. The first phrasing is going to be our first finger and second finger on the first fret and second fret of the G string and the D string. With an open and that addition, it gives you the first movement. Second movement being the open notes in tangent together, G and B, and then B and E. Second movement, you can do it two ways. I don't play it with first and second finger. I play with third and fourth. So I could go hammer on and then hammer on. Fun. You can also do like The other idea is when we play the fifth fret here to go all the way up a fifth, or fourth rather, we're gonna see that playing the 5 and the 5 together, the 6 and the 5 together here at the same strings, the G and the D string, and then the 5 and the 5 here on the 5th fret, and then the 5 and the 5. It's the same process. That mechanism. 2, 4 together on the A and the D string, playing the D and the G string at that first and second, and then open. When we go up to the 5 string here and play the 5 and 5, we do the same thing with the 6 and 7 and play to the 5 and 5 and the 5 and 5. That's the movement in between. The only other thing in the song that you're going to find in the song, so here's how to practice it. We're going to go all the way up to the 8th fret, bar up all 3 notes, and then lay down our second finger on the 9th fret of the B and the E string that are tuned thusly. So we have, with that open D string. If you don't get those 2 notes, it feels weird. So we have this, those 2 notes, and then on the 8th to the 7, and then 5. All these are going to keep the open D string a ringing, which is tuned to a G sharp. So we've got this going. When we strum, that gives us our other groove. Here's what it's going to kind of look like out of that. Sorry, I did it around the wrong way. So we're going to go to the 9th fret, hold up those 2 notes. 8th fret, we're going to play that right there in the low D. We're then going to play the 5th fret for all throws. 5 to 7, do it again. And instead of going up to the 5 to 7, go down and put your first finger on the G string, that G sharp, and make it an A. And then put your second finger down on the 2nd fret here, which is tuned to an E, so you have an F sharp and an A. And then you're going to go back into that same melody again. Same thing again. Here's where the fun part comes. You get to do this. It's 3, first finger on the 3rd fret of the G, and on the 4th fret with your second finger of the low E, which is tuned to the higher sharpened E now. We're going to move that all the way down, and then we're going to play it open. That, my friend, is the whole song. Just a little bit of... secondary part, which has a slide up. When we play the open harmonics at the 5 and the 7, just by lightly playing our hands over the top of the fretting, not in the middle, over the top of the front of it, we get our harmonics. When it's tuned to the E major, it gives you a wonderful movement. I hope you really enjoyed this. This is the basics of it. The hard part really is switching up to the A, holding your 5, moving it, because you want it to kind of slide. I wouldn't suggest jumping around, but definitely have the 5 and 5, 6 and 7, 5 and 5, and 5 and 5. The feeling I'm having for the rhythm there is also going to be kind of like a mostly eighth notes. There's a lot of individual notation, so the idea is go slow. Thumbs up, subscribe, share this.